welcome to the Shoreline, brought to you by Shores and Islands, Ohio. I am your host, Jill Bauer, and I am the Public Relations Manager for Shores and Islands, Ohio, the organization that promotes travel and tourism to our beautiful destination here in Northern Ohio. Joining me today on the podcast, if you guys would say hello, we've got Dayton Barnett.
Hi.
Hey, Dayton. Dayton is the social media manager for Shores and Islands, Ohio. And also joining us is Ben Simon.
Hi, Jill.
Hi, Ben. Ben is our director of marketing and sales. So, listener, if you're not familiar with our destination, we are located on beautiful Lake Erie. We're between Toledo and Cleveland on Ohio's north coast. Our area provides an eclectic mix of historically significant sites, family fun amusements, gorgeous scenery, and outdoor recreation. This region boasts the Great Lakes' best fishing, as well as migratory bird watching opportunities. Whether you prefer a getaway that includes lazy days at the beach, fishing with friends, dining on tasty treats, or one filled with exciting thrills like water slides, roller coasters, and entertaining nightlife, Shores and Islands, Ohio is the ideal coastal retreat. And this is our brand new podcast, so welcome to it. We're really hoping that we can be your exclusive source, I guess, for behind the scenes interviews. We're going to give you some local insider tips and the latest happenings in our destination. We are home to Cedar Point Amusement Park. I think Dayton and Ben, you guys will attest to when people ask us where we're from, we almost always say Cedar Point. Yeah.
Pretty
Yep.
much.
Everybody's heard of Cedar Point. And we say, do you know where Cedar Point is? Yeah, we're from that area. We're also home to 3 indoor water park resorts, the beautiful Lake Erie Islands, African Safari Wildlife Park, some major events in the area, such as the biggest week in American birding, Ohio Bike Week, Bash on the Bay, and more. So, one of the things that we like to say here is that this is where you find your Lake Erie love, and we are here to help you find it. So, since this is a brand new podcast and we are in 2024, it's a brand new year for us. I thought maybe we'd just chat briefly, the three of us, about what we're looking forward to in the upcoming year. So I will start with Dayton. Dayton has been with Shores and Islands for what, like 1.5 years at least? Almost two?
Uh, no, one, just a little over one.
Little
September,
over a
September,
year.
a little over one.
And if you follow us on social media, which we hope you do, and if you're not, you need to be, you will recognize Dayton instantly. Dayton is the face behind Shores and Islands social media. He's in all of our Instagram reels and TikTok videos, and you'll see him on Facebook occasionally as well. He gets to go out and about the Shores and Islands region, visiting all of our partner businesses, attractions, restaurants, shops, and making fun videos. So, speaking of making fun videos, Dayton, what do you like most about your job as social media manager for Shores and Islands?
I think the best part, like you just said, is that I get to actually be out there and, in the community. And I think that's the best part because I get to create connections between us and everybody else so that there's, just something going on. There's just engagement between everybody. And I think that's the biggest thing, the engagement of just with the community. So that's the most fun. Just getting to know everybody within it, all the business owners and just the regular, the regular people. That part is honestly the most fun.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, I know I hear a lot from our partners, like, when is Dayton going to come see us? Or how do we get Dayton to come see us? They all want to be a part of your videos because you make them so fun. And I think that they really appreciate when you plug their business and that they get, that added exposure to the Shores and Islands accounts. So you're doing a great job, Dayton. Keep up the good work. So as far as 2024, Dayton, what event or attraction are you most looking forward to this year?
Honestly, I feel like I can't single out a one because my job is to literally go to as many as I
True.
can.
True.
So I get all the way around. I probably would say a lot of people are excited for Cedar Point's new Top Thrill 2.
Yeah,
Um,
that's
and
a
of
big one.
course, because yeah, I think it's huge. So I think a lot of
Literally
people will
and
be excited for that
figuratively.
one. Yeah, 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 yeah. So I think a lot of people are going to be excited for that one, and of course, the major ones like Bash on the Bay. Um, so I think it'll be a fun summer. Me, since I get all the way around, I love it all. I like being able to travel around.
Yeah, you have definitely probably one of the most fun jobs with Shores and Islands, for
Yes,
sure.
I try to, and that's why I try to get you guys to come along. I try to get at least, or I'll put it out there. Everybody knows, if you want to come, go ahead. If it's on schedule, tag along. You'll get in there somehow, some way. Um,
Yeah,
because
our
yeah,
job
it's
does
open.
not suck. That is true. We definitely enjoy all of the wonderful things that we get to go out and experience throughout the destination. Um, for those listeners that might not be familiar with Bash on the Bay that Dayton mentioned, that is a 2-day outdoor music festival. It takes place in August over at Put in Bay, which is on South Bass Island in the middle of Lake Erie. And it is a really fun event. They shut down the island's little airport. And this year, the headliners, day one is Jelly Roll, and day two is Hardy. So we've got some big name country music entertainment coming to Put in Bay this summer. So that is exciting. We've had a lot of great concerts out there. I think this is the seventh year for Bash on the Bay. So that will be really exciting. And I'm going to bring in Ben now. Ben is Director of Marketing and Sales for Shores and Islands, Ohio, and kind of a newbie, right? I mean, you've been with us almost 6 months, I think. Is that about right?
I've been here for 4 months.
Well, it's going on six.
Yeah,
It's going on six. And Ben
it's going on 6.
Going on six. Ben is originally from the Shores and Islands area, grew up in Milan, I believe. Milan, yes.
I grew up in Berlin Heights,
Berlin
went to
Heights.
Edison High School. Yeah.
Yeah. So grew up in the area and left for several years and came back. So I think Ben offers a really unique perspective on what it's like to come back to the area and how it's changed over. How long were you away from the area, Ben?
I was moved to Philadelphia for 20 years.
Yeah. Wow.
So when I came back here, I will tell you that it was, big changes, very surprised and excited about the area.
Well, obviously, I mean, you must have been excited about the area to take this job, to want to promote the destination that, you've only been back for a couple of years. So what do you do and what do you like most about your job so far?
Well, the Director of Sales and Marketing, I oversee all the marketing that goes on at Shores and Islands. I don't have as quite of a fun as job as Dayton's.
Yeah, you have to deal with a lot of budgets.
I'm pretty much looking at numbers all day in my office and coordinating events and making sure everyone's doing what they need to do each day. But it's great. The best part about my job is working with everyone in here. Just to see the passion that everyone has for Shores and Islands and their job, it makes it easy. So
Oh,
I
that's
love it.
Yeah, that's really nice. We have a great team. I think we're about 16 or 17 full-time staff members strong right now. And we do operate two welcome centers, one office in Port Clinton and one in downtown Sandusky. So, spread between the two offices, we've got folks that work on marketing and promotions, folks that work with group sales and sports marketing. Got a whole visitor experience team whose job is to make sure that when guests are in the region that they're having a positive experience so that they'll tell their friends and bring more people to the area. And we have destination development, it's all about the same kind of concept, making the destination a great place to visit for folks. So, between our two buildings and our staff team, we're a lot of fun. We're a good group. So, so
Yeah.
Ben, what are you looking forward to most in 2024, event wise or attraction wise?
I'm looking forward to it all. I mean, being 4 months in, I'm really getting excited with the ramp up of summer coming and seeing how busy things are getting with us. Personally, though, I think I'm really looking forward to the Ironman since
Yes,
I'm
Ben is
competing in it.
competing. What's the name of your
So
team?
we are, what is our team? Shores and Islands Idols.
Nice. And who
So
else is on your team, Ben?
Larry is our president. He's going to be, we're doing a relay. So I'm doing the swim. Larry is going to be running, and Quinn is going to be doing the bike.
Nice. Quinn is
portion. So
she basically takes care of all of those budget numbers that Ben is looking at daily and makes sure the bills are paid and all of that good stuff. She's going to be doing the bike portion. I think that's the longest part of the relay, isn't it?
it is. It's the swim, then the bike, and then the run. So Larry's going to be bringing it home for us. So my goal is to make the swim under an hour and give the rest of my team a good start.
A good start. Now that the Ironman is when? July?
July 21st. Yep.
It's right here in downtown Sandusky. It's a 70.3. So I think is it considered a half Ironman? Not a full
Yes.
Ironman,
7 Right.
but it is a qualifier for more national event, and it's the third year I think that we've had it here in downtown Sandusky. Definitely one of the most unique venues for a race. I mean, you literally, the swimmers, Ben will get to do this, dive off of a ferry boat into Lake Erie and swim. It's Sandusky Bay, so it's protected, but swim from the pier to a marina. And I think you should have no trouble doing it in under an hour. I'm confident in your abilities, and I don't even know if you can swim. So
Well, my swimming training has started, so I'm hoping in 6 months I'll be ready to go.
So when he gets out of the water, Quinn takes over. She's going to do the bike ride. I don't remember how many miles it is, but it is far. It is all over the destination through several different towns, Sandusky, Castilia, I think almost all the way out to Fremont, and then comes back. And then the run portion, when Larry takes over, is all in downtown Sandusky. So there's a huge Ironman village on the Jackson Street Pier that's full of vendors and food trucks, and all kinds of people will be out and about in downtown Sandusky if you want to come support those runners. I think we get like almost 2,000 different folks that enter that race each year, and recently we've signed on to host it for 3 more years. Is that correct, Ben?
We have. We just extended our contract with Ironman for 3 more years with an option for 2 more after that. So 5 total.
Nice. Well, that's
We
good.
love it. Yeah.
That means that the Ironman organization, likes this destination as well. So we're very fortunate to be able to have that event here in the area. So I will answer those questions as well. I'm the public relations manager for this organization, and I have been here for 20 years. Choke, cough. I started when I was 12, but
That's what she was
my
trying to do. She was trying to add time to ours to make it
yep,
not seem
Right.
so slow.
it's
Right.
exactly it. So my favorite part about my job, I get to, primarily work with the media, and there's always a new adventure. And this podcast is definitely a true example of that. Who would have thought after 20 years I would be hosting a podcast? Instead of being the media guest, I am the interviewer. So this will be really exciting challenge for me, I think. And I'm a fan of podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts, so I hope that folks will want to listen to us as well. And then in 2024, the thing that I am most looking forward to is the reopening of the Sandusky State Theater. It is an amazing cultural icon, pretty much catty corner, kind of across the street from where we sit in downtown Sandusky. Cultural institution, wonderful theater, known for bringing in top tier entertainment and traveling Broadway productions, comedians, musicians. And back in 2020, I think it was, we had a bad storm hit the area and knocked some of the roof and the back end of the building off of that theater. And, of course, always a blessing in disguise. When you rebuild, you can rebuild better. And they're expanding the stage. They have added a second venue for smaller productions. They're putting in an art gallery area and also a pub. So that will be open even when there aren't productions. They'll have the pub and the art gallery open. So I was at the last production that they had before the storm. Actually, it was before the pandemic. That's why they luckily they were closed when that storm hit, because there were no people around because of the pandemic. But in March of 2020. I was at that last show, and so I hope to be at the first show, whatever it is. They haven't announced it yet, but hopefully later this summer or early this fall, they'll be uh, opening that facility up again, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. So that's my answer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Also, a great event coming is the eclipse. I don't know if you want to touch on that real quick.
Right. Oh my gosh. And that, is affecting a huge portion of the country, but this area, Shores and Islands, is going to be one of the best areas to experience the eclipse. We're right in the path of totality, which means total darkness for nearly 4 minutes. A lot of the towns in the Shores and Islands region are going to be anywhere from 3 minutes and 12 seconds to 3 minutes and 54 seconds. I mean, almost 4 full minutes of total darkness during the eclipse, which is April 8th, 2024. And all of our communities are really getting excited for it as well. I mean, even though it's a 4-minute event on a Monday, they've made a whole weekend out of it. We're going to have all kinds of festivals and events and music productions and fun things going on. So this would be a great time to tell the listeners to check out our website. Shoresandislands.com is our website. And if you go to our homepage, you can click right on the 2024 solar eclipse tab, and it'll give you, some scientific information about why the eclipse is important. There's not going to be another one in this area again until 2099. So kind of a once in a lifetime event for most of us, and it's going to be really exciting to be a part of it. I know one of the events that's happening is right across the street from our office here in Sandusky at the Jackson Street Pier. That's going to be a fun event for downtown Sandusky, but there's events on the islands. There's events literally on the water. I believe some of our ferry boats are planning to go out and take folks out to experience the eclipse from the water. Vermilion, Port Clinton, Oak Harbor, all up and down the coast here. We've got all kinds of events planned surrounding the eclipse. So check that out. That's going to be really cool.
Yeah, I
So,
might be trying to get one of those boat tickets.
yeah, right.
Like,
There's also, I think you can also go to the top of Perry's Monument. I think they're selling tickets
yeah,
for that as well. That would be a really cool vantage point. I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the Shores and Islands destination, for those listeners that maybe are new to us, that we have 3 indoor water park resorts. So you're going to want to join us for our next upcoming episodes, because we're going to break down each of those resorts, and we're going to be chatting with representatives from each of them, from the Caribbean themed Castaway Bay, which is part of Cedar Point Resorts, to the Northwoods themed Great Wolf Lodge, which is kind of the OG water park in Sandusky. It's been here for 20 years now, and they continue to invest in that property and upgrade and remodel and refurbish and put in new attractions. So they're doing a great job over there. And finally, to the African themed Kalahari Resorts and Conventions, which is the Midwest's largest indoor water park resort. So we're going to be talking the water attractions, the other attractions they have in their resorts, all about the food, the accommodations, and so much more. So be sure to join us in the upcoming weeks, as we have, there'll be 3 individual episodes for the 3 individual water parks. So I also want to bring on another guest real quick. Hopefully he can pop on here. We got Greg Pfeiffer. He is kind of behind the scenes right now. Hopefully he'll turn on his mic and join us.
Hi, Jill.
Hi. Greg is the owner-operator of WPCR Radio in Port Clinton and Put-in-Bay, and has done us the solid of working with us on this podcast, doing our editing and producing. So Greg, why don't you say hi and plug your services and your business.
Hi, everybody, and hi, Dayton. Hi, Ben. How are you?
Good, Greg. How are
Hey,
you?
great. You guys for season 1, episode 1, I'm hooked. You guys sound great.
We hope so.
Perfect. Yeah, yeah. And Jill and I do this every week. So, and we air it on WPCR and WPIB radio on Mondays at 10 a.m. And Jill you're a joy to work with because your 20 years of experience shows through every Monday. I mean, it really shines.
Well, thanks, Greg. Yeah, so WPCR.FM is the website, yes, that you can go
Yes.
to stream past episodes.
Right.
Every Monday we talk about specific events, kind of like we were talking about Ironman and Bash on the Bay. We go through about 10 to 12 events every week of things that are going on in the area so that folks that are, locals or visiting the area or in from out of town can know what's happening. They know about all of the big events and they can plan their week ahead. I know a lot of times I will bring the events to Greg and Greg will say back to me, wow, you've really planned my week. And this is, I think I'm going to go here and then I'm going to go there. and sometimes it's hard to choose. Sometimes there's a lot of things overlapping.
It is, but you keep my wife and I entertained, so it's great. It's perfect.
Oh, great. So Greg is listening in and editing this for us and putting the whole podcast package together. So I am really excited about this podcast. I hope that you guys are too. If you have ideas for the podcast, folks that you'd like us to interview, you can email me, Jill@shoresandislands.com. With those suggestions. We're hoping to have a new episode out every week. If you like this concept, be sure to like and subscribe to the Shoreline Podcast. In the meantime, of course, you can find us online at shoresandislands.com. Dayton, Ben, anything else to add as far as the podcast goes?
I'm excited.
Good.
It's be fun.
It is going to be fun. I'm excited too. I appreciate, Greg, all your help putting this together for us. It's been fantastic. And I know we got Jill. She's the right person for the job. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Great.
Thank you, Ben.
I
Thank you.
expect a great response. I think we're going to have quite a few subscribers as people they love Lake Erie and they love the Shores and Islands, Ohio region. So I think it's going to be a winner.
I hope so too, and I'm looking forward to lots of interviews. We're going to have business owners, managers, restaurants. We're bringing some chefs to talk about their food. We're going to bring in special event organizers to talk about what's going on. We hope to talk to representatives from all of our local communities, of course, about what's happening in their neighborhood and what new and exciting things they're looking forward to in 2024. And, hopefully we'll talk to somebody from Ironman and we'll talk to somebody from the State Theater and we'll talk about Bash on the Bay and all of these great things that are coming to the Shores and Islands region this year. And we're really looking forward to it. So we hope you are too, and hope that you will join us next time. Thanks for listening.